There's something quietly devastating that starts happening in the human body around age 50, and most people don't even know it's happening until it's too late. Your muscles begin to vanish, not because you stopped exercising, not because you're doing something wrong, but because of a biological process known as anabolic resistance, a phenomenon where your muscles stop responding as efficiently to the same nutrition and training that worked when you were younger. And here's the kicker: this slow erosion of muscle, called sarcopenia, doesn't just affect your strength. It affects your metabolism, your energy, your ability to recover, your insulin sensitivity, even your immune system and brain health. But there's also good news, and it's incredibly empowering. Emerging research shows that what you eat before bed can make or break your ability to hold on to precious muscle as you age. In fact, specific nutrients timed correctly in the evening can actually switch your body into an anabolic, muscle-preserving state overnight, when most of us are unknowingly doing the opposite. This isn't about bodybuilding. This is about maintaining independence, avoiding falls, staying sharp, staying vital, and staying in control of your body as the years go on. In this episode, we're going to break down 4 science-backed foods that, when consumed before sleep, can significantly reduce age muscle loss. You'll learn why your muscles stop listening to protein as you age and how to fix it, the overlooked nighttime window for muscle preservation and growth, the specific amino acids that act like on switches for muscle protein synthesis, especially in older adults, the exact timing and quantities that matter for results, and how your nighttime eating habits could be the most powerful tool you're not using. This is not a gimmick. It's grounded in molecular biology, nutritional neuroscience, and clinical studies on aging and performance. So if you want to stay strong, stable, and sharp well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, what you eat before bed just became one of the most important decisions of your day. Let's break down the science. Let's start with a question. Have you ever wondered why it seems harder to maintain your muscle, even if your diet and exercise haven't changed? What's happening here isn't just aging. It's something more specific: anabolic resistance. This term describes your muscles' declining ability to respond to anabolic stimuli, the things that typically signal growth and repair, like resistance training and dietary protein. In your 20s or 30s, eating a moderate amount of protein triggers a strong muscle protein synthesis response. Your muscles essentially hear the signal and start repairing and growing. But by your 50s and beyond, that same protein intake may not produce the same effect. Your muscles don't hear the signal as clearly. They become resistant, like static on the line. This isn't just theory, it's well documented. A 2013 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults, ages 60 plus, needed nearly twice as much protein in a single meal to stimulate muscle protein synthesis to the same degree as younger adults. Why? Because of a reduced sensitivity to the key amino acids that initiate muscle building. And it doesn't stop there. Other studies, like those by Dr. Stuart Phillips at McMaster University, show that anabolic resistance isn't just about protein quantity, it's about timing, distribution. Many older adults underconsume protein at night, precisely when their bodies could benefit most. Here's what the research shows. When you're younger, your body can get away with moderate, irregular protein intake and still maintain muscle. But as you age, every feeding opportunity counts, especially the one before bed. Let's pause here and look at an analogy. Imagine your muscles are like soil that needs water to grow. When you're young, that soil absorbs water easily, even with small amounts. But as you age, the soil becomes more compact, less absorbent. To get the same effect, you need not just more water, but more targeted watering at the right time with the right nutrients. So how do we combat this resistance? The key is to overcome the threshold, provide your muscles with a strong enough signal, in the form of leucine-rich, high-quality protein, and you can resensitize the muscle building process, even in your 60S, 70S, and beyond. And bedtime is a perfect opportunity. Most people go 8-10 hours overnight without nutrients. If you go to bed in a fasted state, your body draws on muscle tissue to fuel basic repair. But when you give your body the right nutrients before bed, and we'll get into the specifics shortly, you shift from a catabolic state into an anabolic one, building or preserving muscle. This isn't about eating late at night in a reckless way. It's about precision fueling, using the nighttime window to override anabolic resistance and preserve your physical integrity as you age. So here's your first actionable insight tool. Consume at least 30 to 40 grams of high quality protein at your last meal of the day, ideally within 1 hour before bed. Prioritize sources rich in leucine, such as dairy, eggs, or complete plant-based proteins like soy or a leucine supplemented shake. And if you're wondering whether this actually works, a 2016 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that resistance-trained older adults who consumed protein before bed experienced significant increases in overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to those who didn't. This one shift, eating the right type of protein at the right time, can literally change how your muscles behave overnight. In the next section, we'll explore why your body is primed for growth while you sleep and how to harness this often overlooked window for repair and longevity. Most people think of sleep as a passive state, a time when the body simply rests and resets. But that's only part of the story. Sleep is actually one of the most metabolically active and hormonally rich phases of your entire day. And if you understand what's happening in your body during those nighttime hours, you can begin to unlock an incredible opportunity, preserving and even rebuilding muscle while you sleep. Here's how it works. During deep sleep, specifically slow wave sleep, your body enters a phase of intense repair. Growth hormone levels surge, protein synthesis ramps up, and cellular regeneration kicks in. But there's one catch. If there aren't adequate nutrients available, especially amino acids, your body can't fully take advantage of this repair window. Instead, it turns inward, breaking down muscle tissue to extract what it needs. This is especially problematic in older adults, where muscle mass is already harder to maintain due to anabolic resistance. So the big insight here is this. Sleep is not just recovery time, it's also a highly active biological window for muscle preservation and remodeling. Let's look at the research. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2012 had participants consume a protein shake containing casein, a slow-digesting milk protein, right before bed. The results? The participants showed enhanced overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to those who didn't eat before sleep. And here's what's even more fascinating. MRI scans showed greater muscle hypertrophy and strength gains over a 12-week training program in those who incorporated this bedtime protein protocol. This is because casein releases amino acids slowly over 6-8 hours, effectively drip feeding your muscles throughout the night. So why isn't this common knowledge? Many people avoid eating late due to concerns about fat gain or poor digestion. And while it's true that heavy, high-fat meals can impair sleep, targeted, protein-rich, low-calorie bedtime nutrition doesn't spike insulin or disrupt rest, especially when timed properly and tailored to your goals. Here's a useful analogy. Think of sleep like running a night shift at a factory. You've got skilled workers, your repair hormones ready to clock in, tools in hand. But if there are no raw materials on site, no amino acids, they can't do the job. Instead of building, they cannibalize resources from the walls and floors. In biological terms, that's your muscle tissue. So how do we give the body what it needs? Here's your second protocol tool. Consume a slow digesting protein like 30-40 g of casein or a casein-rich food source such as Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. 30-60 minutes before bed. This provides a sustained amino acid supply throughout the night, helping your body stay in an anabolic, muscle-preserving state. If you're plant-based, look for blends that include pea protein and rice protein, or supplements fortified with leucine and lysine to mimic a complete amino acid profile. You might be wondering, what if I'm not hungry at night? That's okay. This isn't about eating a full second dinner. It's about a targeted small meal or shake designed to nourish your muscles during the most active repair cycle. Even a 150-200 calorie serving can make a measurable difference. Before we move on to the next section, if this insight is helping you rethink how sleep and nutrition interact, consider subscribing. I release science-driven strategies like this every week. So if you're serious about staying strong, sharp, and mobile as you age, there's more where this came from. Now that you know sleep is an anabolic ally, not just a passive pause, it's time to look at the best pre-sleep protein option available: casein. If there's one food compound that deserves more respect in the world of healthy aging, it's casein. Most people have heard of whey protein, often praised for its fast absorption and usefulness around workouts. But when it comes to nighttime nutrition, when the goal is to feed your muscles slowly and continuously, casein is superior. Let's break it down. Casein is the primary protein found in milk. Unlike whey, which digests quickly, casein clots in the stomach, forming a gel-like structure. This slows its digestion and leads to a sustained release of amino acids over roughly 6 to 8 hours, the exact duration of a typical night's sleep. What's happening in your body when this occurs is critical. Instead of falling into a catabolic state where your body breaks down muscle tissue to meet its amino acid needs, you maintain a slow, steady supply of fuel for repair. It's like having an IV drip of muscle-preserving nutrients all night long. The science backs this up. A 2012 randomized controlled trial led by Dr. Luc Van Loon at Maastricht University gave participants 40 grams of casein before sleep. The results showed a significant increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to a placebo. Even more compelling, those in the casein group retained more lean muscle mass during a training protocol. In follow-up studies, older adults who consumed pre-sleep casein also showed improved muscle recovery and strength retention, even in the absence of high-intensity training. This is crucial because not everyone in their 60S or 70S can or should train like a 25-year-old. But it gets even more interesting. Casein isn't just a supplement. It's found in real, accessible foods: low-fat Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, though keep in mind it contains both casein and whey. These foods are not only protein-rich, but also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that supports melatonin production and promotes restful sleep, something we'll explore more in the next section. Here's a helpful framework. Think of whey as your daytime activator. Great for quick recovery post-workout. Think of casein as your overnight guardian. Ideal for long, slow feeding while you sleep. And here's your next behavioral tool. Aim for 30-40 g of casein protein within 30-60 minutes before bed. That could be 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese, 1.5 servings of plain Greek yogurt, a high-quality casein protein shake. Look for micellar casein for the slowest release. If you're concerned about dairy, many people who are lactose intolerant can still tolerate fermented options like Greek yogurt, or choose a lactose-free casein protein supplement. One more insight: pairing your pre-sleep casein with a small amount of complex carbohydrate, like a spoon of oats or berries, can enhance tryptophan transport across the blood-brain barrier, improving sleep quality and next morning recovery. In short, casein is more than just a protein. It's a time-released recovery system built into food. For older adults looking to preserve muscle, improve sleep, and feel stronger day to day, this one shift can yield powerful results over time. And next, we'll explore the remarkable amino acid tryptophan, how it supports both muscle and sleep quality, and the specific bedtime foods that deliver it naturally. Let's talk about an amino acid that's often overlooked, yet deeply influential when it comes to both muscle health and restorative sleep: tryptophan. You've probably heard that tryptophan is found in turkey and that it makes you sleepy. That's only partially true, and the real story is far more valuable. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin, which itself is a precursor to melatonin, the hormone that governs your circadian rhythm and helps your body fall and stay asleep. But here's the part that often gets missed. Tryptophan also plays a crucial role in protein synthesis and muscle repair. And if you're over 50, your body becomes less efficient at utilizing tryptophan. This can create a twofold problem: weaker sleep and weaker muscles, both of which accelerate aging if left unchecked. But here's the good news. The right bedtime foods can replenish tryptophan naturally, improving sleep onset, overnight muscle recovery, and next day energy. Let's break this down with science. A 2005 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed tryptophan-rich meals in the evening experienced shorter sleep latency and better sleep continuity, meaning fewer nighttime awakenings. Another 2022 meta-analysis in Nutrients confirmed that dietary tryptophan improves both sleep quality and sleep duration, even in individuals with mild insomnia. And when sleep improves, growth hormone and testosterone secretion increase, both essential for maintaining lean muscle mass and strength in aging populations. So what does this look like in practice? Here's your fourth behavioral protocol. Tool: include a tryptophan-rich food in your bedtime meal or snack, ideally paired with a complex carbohydrate to boost tryptophan absorption into the brain. Why the carb? Because insulin helps shuttle competing amino acids into muscle, clearing the path for tryptophan to cross the blood-brain barrier and produce serotonin and melatonin. Here are a few effective combinations: cottage cheese plus kiwi or tart cherry Greek yogurt plus banana slices, turkey breast plus a spoon of quinoa or oats, pumpkin seeds plus a few whole grain crackers. These aren't large meals. They're nutrient-semic micro meals designed to feed your muscles and prime your brain for sleep. And if you're plant-based, no problem. Consider tofu or tempeh with sweet potato soy milk plus a small date, pumpkin seeds plus banana. The key is balance: enough protein to support muscle and enough carb to unlock the sleep pathway. Here's a helpful analogy. Think of tryptophan as a key. Carbohydrates are the hand that helps insert and turn the key, unlocking a cascade that ends in deep restorative sleep and overnight recovery. And now a quick pause. If this level of science-backed insight is helping you take control of your health, I'd love for you to like this video and join our community by subscribing. This channel is here to bring you grounded, usable strategies to thrive, not just survive, as you age. Now, we've covered anabolic resistance, the nighttime repair window, the power of casein, and the role of tryptophan. But what if you want a non-dairy, plant-forward option that also fuels your muscles and nervous system before bed? By now, we've explored how protein and key amino acids like tryptophan support muscle repair and sleep. But there's another silent driver of both: magnesium, one of the most under-consumed yet essential minerals in the modern diet. Why does this matter? Because magnesium plays a dual role in the body that's especially relevant for anyone over 50. It's a neuromuscular stabilizer, helping regulate muscle function and prevent nighttime cramps. It's also a nervous system relaxant, promoting the release of GABA, a calming neurotransmitter that helps you wind down and transition into deep sleep. In other words, magnesium helps you relax your body and quiet your mind, both prerequisites for quality sleep and nighttime muscle repair. Let's look at what the science says. A randomized clinical trial published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences, 2012, found that older adults who took magnesium before bed experienced significantly improved sleep efficiency, longer sleep time, and fewer awakenings. Their cortisol levels also dropped, indicating reduced nighttime stress. Another study in Nutrients 2020 revealed that magnesium supplementation enhanced muscle recovery post-exercise and helped regulate the sleep-wake cycle by supporting melatonin synthesis. But here's the critical insight. Over 50% of adults don't get enough magnesium, especially older adults, due to reduced absorption and higher excretion. That deficit can show up as poor sleep, restless legs, muscle weakness, anxiety, and even insulin resistance, all of which can accelerate muscle loss and metabolic decline. So, how do we fix it? Not necessarily with a pill, but through food. Here's your fifth behavioral tool. Add a magnesium-rich whole food to your evening meal or bedtime snack, ideally paired with protein and/or healthy fat to slow digestion and sustain nutrient delivery overnight. Here are some effective science-supported subordinate options. Pumpkin seeds. 1 Aussie equals tilde 150 milligrams of magnesium. Almonds or cashews, dark leafy greens like spinach, drow plus absorption, avocado slices with hemp seeds, banana plus almond butter. Dark chocolate, 70 plus cacao, in a small square. Notice how many of these are also plant-based and easy to pair with the proteins we discussed earlier. For example, Greek yogurt plus pumpkin seeds, cottage cheese plus banana slices, plus almond butter, casein shake, plus a square of dark chocolate au feu, stir fry with spinach and avocado. What's happening in your body when you combine magnesium with protein and sleep-enhancing nutrients is a kind of nighttime optimization loop. Magnesium activates GABA, you relax faster and fall asleep more easily, better sleep, greater release of growth hormone and testosterone, more anabolic signaling on higher, enhanced muscle repair and retention overnight, higher muscle mass, better insulin sensitivity, metabolism, and functional strength, all from a 200 to 300 calorie bedtime ritual done consistently. Here's a simple mental model. Think of magnesium as your sleep switch. It doesn't knock you out, but it primes your nervous system for deep rest and cellular recovery. And if you're someone who tends to wake up frequently at night, struggles with muscle twitching, or finds it hard to mentally shut off before bed, magnesium might be your missing link. Of course, some people do benefit from magnesium supplementation, specifically magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate, both of which cross the blood-brain barrier more effectively than standard forms like oxide or SID. But food first is always a smart starting point, especially when combined with other nutrient-dense bedtime choices. Coming up next, we'll tie everything together with a surprising final food that combines casein, tryptophan, and magnesium in a single delicious package, and explain how to build your ideal nightly muscle-saving protocol. We've now covered the 4 key nutrients that can dramatically slow muscle loss and improve sleep quality in older adults: high-quality protein, casein, tryptophan, and magnesium. Now let's pull it all together into a single, practical, and powerful evening protocol. Because the real magic happens not in isolated nutrients, but in the synergistic effect of combining the right foods in the right amounts at the right time. Here's what the research suggests. When you eat a slow-digesting tryptophan-rich protein alongside a complex carbohydrate and magnesium source, you create what's called a sleep anabolic matrix. This matrix supports muscle protein synthesis, nervous system recovery, serotonin and melatonin production, stable blood sugar throughout the night. So what does this look like on a plate? Let's walk through 3 science-backed bedtime meals that bring everything together. Option 1, Greek yogurt parfait, 1 cup, plain. Full-fat Greek yogurt, casein plus tryptophan. 1 teaspoon pumpkin seeds, magnesium. 1/2 sliced banana, carbs plus potassium. Sprinkle of cinnamon, blood sugar support. This combo digests slowly, promotes serotonin production, and delivers over 20 grams of protein, plus magnesium and natural sleep-supporting carbohydrates. Option 2, cottage cheese and kiwi bowl, 3/4 cup low-fat cottage cheese, 30G casein protein. 1 kiwi fruit boosts serotonin plus sleep onset speed per 2011 study. 1 TSP almond butter, magnesium plus fat for satiety. Optional, sprinkle of flax or chia seeds, omega-3s. Kiwis have been shown to reduce the time it takes to fall asleep and increase total sleep time. Paired with casein and healthy fats, this bowl works overtime to support overnight muscle recovery and deep rest. Option 3, tofu and quinoa bowl, plant-based. 1/2 cup firm tofu plus tryptophan, 1/2 cup cooked quinoa, complete protein plus carbs plus magnesium. Steamed spinach, magnesium plus calming minerals. Drizzle of olive oil or tahini, healthy fats. This option checks all the boxes for plant-based eaters. It delivers slow digesting proteins, sleep-enhancing nutrients, and blood sugar-friendly carbs. Now here's your final behavioral tool. Create a repeatable bedtime ritual with one of the above meals, ideally consumed 60 to 90 minutes before sleep. Why that timing? Because your body needs some time to begin digestion and allow the amino acids and nutrients to circulate. This window also aligns with the natural evening rise in melatonin and core body temperature drop, key physiological markers for sleep readiness. And here's one more piece of practical guidance. Keep your total portion light, around 200-300 calories. This ensures you're not overloading your system, but still delivering enough fuel to keep your muscles out of the breakdown zone during sleep. You might be wondering, should I do this every night? Not necessarily, but consistency matters far more than intensity. Aim for 3 to 5 nights per week to start. Track how you feel in the morning. Do you wake up with less stiffness, better mood, more energy? If so, you're likely doing something right for your physiology. What's happening in your body when you stick to this protocol is powerful. You're avoiding the common pitfall of going to bed protein deprived, which leads to overnight muscle loss. You're enhancing sleep depth and repair via tryptophan and magnesium. You're waking up with more neuromuscular readiness, meaning better balance, strength, and focus the next day. And over weeks and months, this builds into a foundation of resilience, vitality, and graceful aging, not through hype or hacks, but through smart, evidence-based nutrition. Next up, the conclusion, where we'll tie everything together, reinforce why this matters so deeply, and invite your viewers to take action today. Let's take a moment to zoom out and reflect on what we've covered, and more importantly, why it matters so deeply. If you're over 50, your body is going through a silent but powerful shift. Muscle tissue becomes harder to maintain. Sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. Recovery takes longer. And the result over time is a slow erosion of strength, energy, and independence. But this decline is not inevitable. Science shows us that small, intentional actions, especially those taken at night, can protect, repair, and even rebuild what aging threatens to take away. Let's quickly recap the 6 core insights from today's episode. Anabolic resistance is real, but beatable. Older adults need more high-quality protein, especially in the evening, to stimulate muscle repair and prevent breakdown. The nighttime repair window is when your body naturally regenerates if you give it the right fuel before bed. Casein protein offers a slow, sustained amino acid release overnight, optimizing growth hormone action and preserving muscle tissue. Tryptophan in rich foods like turkey, yogurt, and pumpkin seeds don't just support sleep, they actively enhance muscle recovery by boosting serotonin and melatonin production. Magnesium-rich foods calm your nervous system, reduce sleep interruptions, and help muscles relax and rebuild. The ideal bedtime meal combines protein, tryptophan, magnesium, and a bit of complex carbohydrate into one seamless sleep and strength-enhancing ritual. Each of these tools works on its own, but when combined into a repeatable nighttime practice, they create something greater than the sum of their parts, a biological safeguard against age decline. So here's the challenge I want to leave you with. Tonight, not tomorrow, not next week, choose one of the meals we covered and make it your new bedtime ritual. Do it not as a diet, but as a form of self-respect. A signal to your body that you're not done building, not done growing, not done living with strength, clarity, and purpose. And if you're thinking, is it really this simple? The answer is yes. It's not easy, but it is simple. Consistency is what creates the compounding return. Your muscles are listening. Your brain is listening. And every night you get another chance to tell them what kind of life you want to keep living. If this episode brought you value, if it helped you feel more informed, more empowered, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the channel. This community is about more than information. It's about action, rooted in science, driven by purpose, and committed to helping each of us live at our full potential, no matter our age. And if you'd like more in-depth protocols like this covering nutrition, sleep, focus, exercise, emotional regulation, and more, you're in the right place. The next episode will explore morning routines that set your metabolism and mood for the day ahead. So make sure to turn on notifications. Until then, take care of your body like it's the only place you have to live, because it is. And tonight, feed it like your future depends on it, because it does.